Today, we're going to be talking about radiator fans. My car has been having some kind of issue when I'm drifting, and about 4 to 5 laps, my car will start climbing up on temps. So I think that the radiator fan has something to do with it. It's pretty important during drifting since you're going fairly slow and just pegging the RPMs. We have 3 different radiator fans to compare. Right now, I have the Mishimoto radiator fans. I have this SPAL radiator fan. And from what everybody say, the stock one is actually pretty good. So we're going to be comparing this 3 by using this tool. I believe it's a anemometer. I think I said it right. So for the radiator fan to work, it needs to be able to suck in air from the front and push it out. So these specific ones are called puller fans. So it's pulling the air from this side. If we have too much restrictions from the front, like if you can see this AC condenser right here, I've had this for about the car for 4 years. When I bought it, it was actually slightly wrecked right here on the bottom, and you can see it's kind of bent, and I never really replaced it. I just used the old one, kind of straightened it out. But you can see how dirty that is. Look how dirty that is. So that is putting some restriction on the radiator fans and slowing down the airspeed to cool down the coolant inside the radiator. So the first thing we can do to see if it would help is clean up the radiator and the condenser, and we'll see the difference. First, we're going to get a baseline. How we're going to measure this is just like the average speed the air could travel through the condenser and the radiator. By using this, we're going to turn on the car and the fans are going to be set on, and we're just going to take in how fast the airspeed in front of the condenser. So I have this battery maintainer. We're gonna keep the car off since we're inside a garage. We don't really want to die. And we're gonna make sure that the battery keeps charged since the alternator is not gonna be going. Just gonna plug this up first. One of the things that will help with our test is this right here is your radiator fan switch. And what it does is when it hits a certain temperature, it will close the circuit and it will ground the fan. So this connector right here is only 2 wire that connects to it. So pretty much one is ground and the other one goes to the relay. So we're just gonna short this. So as soon as we turn the car on, the radiator fan will turn on. I'm just gonna take a piece of metal and just birch this too. All right. Now when we turn the car on, the fan should turn on automatically instead of waiting for it to reach the temperature. Let's go ahead and divide the condenser in 4 sections, and then gonna set this on max to see how high it's gonna get. So we're gonna do it again. $433. Now that we have a baseline, we're gonna go ahead and remove the radiator so we can have access to the backside of this condenser. Since most of the things are going in from this way, we're gonna try to push things out from the backside. First thing we need to do is drain the coolant out before I open the drain plug and make sure this thing is closed all the way, because if it's not, the coolant is just gonna spray everywhere in the bottom. A little bucket. That is the drain plug. Plug this up. Then now we can remove this upper radiator hose. And go ahead and give this a small twist. Nope. Try to get under here. Alright, that should be loose. Alright, just twist that, get out of the way. Gonna go ahead and remove the lower radiator hose. Oh no. Oh. It's too late. Too late. For those who doesn't know, this is actually an aluminum radiator for a Toyota Supra. For me to be able to make it work, get this down. Here's the Mishimoto fan shroud with the fans. For me to make it work, I just created these brackets and with some rib nuts into the radiator support. And this is where the mounting spot goes. And it is a little wider, so you guys didn't notice, these had slits right here, and that's just how I secured it up top. And I could have done better, but I'll eventually change it. So far it's working. All right, got our compressed air. Time to blow some junk out. Gonna go ahead and try to straighten as much of the fins as possible, because that is restricting the airflow. Also get all the stuck rocks. So I'm having a hard time getting to this bottom part because of the front bumper, so I guess I'm gonna have to take it off. Right. To remove the bumper, we're just gonna remove this bolt right here, and there should be one bolt right there and another one down here, and also this bolt, and get it on the other side, and the front bumper should come off. There's 1 and 2 retainer clips that's holding the bumper also. Pop those off. All right, let's get back to cleaning. Look at that. That is the reason why this area is not having that much airflow. There's a lot of them. That's pretty messed up and clogged. I should have pretty much bought a brand new one, but the AC is working perfectly. Only having issues when I'm drifting. Had no problem during track days or any other days, so I'll eventually get a new one. So now that we have the condenser cleaned up, so you can see, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it should be a little better than how it was before. We can go ahead and turn on the fan and see if it made any difference. So we're going to try to record it the exact same way as before. So I believe it's right here, down here, and like that.
Your hand's in the way.
Okay. 354. Wow. I hope we were able to measure at the exact same spot, or else it could vary a little bit, but it seems like it's gotten a lot better. So it's a good thing. So now let's change up the radiator fans and see which one is going to be the best out of all three of them. So I have this stock radiator fan mounted on right now just by using this strap. As you can see, none of the mounting holes lined up to the radiator, and that is the reason why I went ahead and bought their fan shroud with their fan. But let's go ahead and test this out and see how well these fans do compared to the Mishimoto fans. Oh my god, that is way better than the Mishimoto fan. That's like double. 610. Well, I think I found the problem why I keep overheating. As you can see, this thing even have a huge gap right here. It's not sealed, unlike the other fan. Look at that. And it's still pulling more. Wow. I am very impressed with the stock one. Alright, now let's see how we can make this work with this fan shroud. This could be the best fan in the world, but if it does not have a proper fan shroud, then it's not going to work properly. Let's see the difference. Ooh, buddy. Look at how massive this is. See the difference between these two? Wow. I hope I don't have to do much modification. Let's see. Well, the holes did not line up, so we're gonna have to make our own holes. Alright, so this hole right here, this was the original hole for the Mishimoto fan. And so I had to make a hole inside just so the SPAL fan would fit. And I just put duct tape on the other side to make sure air does not go through those excess holes. And now we can go ahead and mount just like what I did to this fan. Now that we have the SPAL fans on, look at the gap. That thing is massive. But let's go ahead and test it and see how it does. Alright. 944.9. 610. $49. So the SPAL fan is definitely better, but it's not by too much compared to the stock ones. But the stock ones didn't have a good shroud, and so I won't have to mess with it anymore. So the day after I installed the SPAL fans was actually the ground zero event, and it did amazing. Ever since I started tracking the car and drifting the car, I knew that I need to replace the radiator and the fans, just because I know how important the cooling system is, specifically for drifting. So I made sure to get it installed right before I hit my first drift event. And during the event, the car did start climbing temperature, and I keep wondering, like, what could it be? I mean, it's a brand new radiator, it's a brand new fan, and I figured, Mishimoto should be a good brand. And so I never thought it would be the fan. I did numerous things to try to fix it. I changed the water with water wetter. I even got lower temperature thermostat, and yeah, that didn't really help anything. I don't know if the fan is just not capable of cooling the car, or like maybe I had a defective fan. But if I was to go back and redo my cooling system, I did hear that they do sell an Aristo aluminum radiator, but they are a little bit more pricey. But at least you can retain the stock fans, which, as you can tell, is powerful enough to keep the car cool. The SPAL wasn't that much stronger than the stock fans. And also, one of the things that you have to worry about is where to put the coolant reservoir. Being able to retain the stock fans, you don't have to worry about that. Well, with that, I hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you later.